All right, she's coming along for the bike trip. Let's check it out. What's going on, YouTube? FXCLS Brooklyn is back in the building. And yeah, yesterday we rode the state length of New York to pick up your girl Jenny. And as you can see, this bike is loaded in a way that is not how it's usually loaded. Check this out, man. We did borrow a luggage rack, a sissy bar that had a luggage rack on it from Nick Barton out here in Brooklyn. So this thing is loaded up real heavy, and we are gonna hit the road. Currently 6:15 in the morning, Brooklyn, New York, and we are out of here, man. If a bike drop was ever gonna happen with this bike, it'll be on a hill with this setup. See that? Sometimes people are cool. Sometimes people let you go in Brooklyn. Imagine that. So yeah, that's the plan. I originally started this bike trip solo. You know, it was a solo moto camping trip. It was originally supposed to be a trip that me and Jenny were doing together, but she wound up getting sick. She'd been slamming the Dayquil and the NyQuil and the chicken soup. And, you know, after I did a night on the road, you know, the night I did solo moto camping, she felt like she was up to hopping on the bike and continuing the trip. So I rode all the way back down from the Adirondack Mountains back to Brooklyn. Crashed the night, loaded this bike up with this special sissy bar with the luggage rack, put the old lady on the back, and once again we are hitting the road. We have a full tank of gas, as you can see. We are up early enough where traffic is not that stupid yet, but slowly getting there. Shout out to Doritos. How do you like that for product placement? And yeah, the plan of what we're gonna do, well, the plan is that there kind of is no plan. So we originally had planned this week to just be a moto camping trip where we wanted to head pretty far east. You know, we were gonna go into eastern Maine, you know, see where that took us, and spend as much time moto camping as possible. Obviously, if it was pouring rain, find a cabin somewhere or whatever. But now, you know, the trip's kind of had a monkey wrench thrown in it. So the plan right now is we're gonna go to a familiar location. We're gonna ride up to the Catskills for now, get a good breakfast out there, and then chill up there for a little bit, and then kind of decide where we want to go. And that's literally in any direction from there. The trip might take the form of heavy miles and maybe hitting an Airbnb somewhere, or it might take the form of not going too heavy on the miles, but moto camping wherever we go. Again, we haven't really decided what we want to do. It all depends on how your girl's feeling after a cool 120 miles up north. And then, yeah, we'll kind of go from there. But it was a moment yesterday that had me seriously considering putting those Love Jugs fans on this bike, because yeah, it was like getting hot enough where it felt like I was borderline going to be doing damage to the motor, which, you know, I'm trying to get longevity out of this one. But yes, Brooklyn in the morning on a weekday. If you're ever out here and you need to get through, there's really only two ways to do it, and that's super early in the morning or super late at night. Grateful that I filled the tank in this bike up yesterday when I was totally harried and fried from ripping this bike in a heat wave in New York traffic. But yeah, the weight right now in terms of everything I have on the back with Jenny on the back, it feels comparable to, I don't know, maybe the old man's Ultra Classic or something in terms of weight. It definitely feels like if you plant this bike in the wrong situation, or if you don't have traction when you put your feet down in the wrong situation, the weight's just going to get right away from you. But as we arrive on the old BQE, the Kosciuszko Bridge, which I've been probably mispronouncing my entire life. I would always call it the Kosciuszko Bridge, because that's what my dad would call it. But apparently, some Polish dude told us that it's actually Kosciuszko. There's New York City as the sun rises. And yeah, we are starting another adventure. But yeah, so I'll make some videos as we go along in this trip. I'm excited to have some company. Don't get me wrong, I did really enjoy the solo moto camping, but there's definitely a part of me where, you know, you just think like, man, I kind of wish Jenny was here to enjoy this moment with me like was originally planned, or I wish the old man was here to enjoy this trip. But again, I'm glad I did solo. It's a really good experience. But yeah, one becomes two. We're going to continue the bike trip 2 up in a very unorthodox way. Who knew I'd be riding 300 miles back south to Brooklyn? That wasn't part of the plan, but any good bike trip doesn't usually go as planned, so here we are. Chaos and new worlds. Chaos and new worlds. So yeah, we're gonna keep moving. We're gonna ride into the sunrise. Stay safe out there. Ride 2 up. Do the bike trips. Maintain a positive mental attitude. Be cool with things not going as planned. And on that, MXDLS Brooklyn is out.